Despite its eventual removal, the debate over petrol subsidy remains emotive. The Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has opened up about what really happened during the 2012 fuel subsidy saga. According to him, former President Goodluck Jonathan backed down on removing the subsidy not because of the street protest, but because of fears that Boko Haram might bomb protesters. Sanusi, who was the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, at the time, said the whole subsidy system was poorly managed and misunderstood, putting an unnecessary financial strain on the government. He believes Nigeria's economic troubles might have been less severe if that reform had gone through. Okay, Emir Sanusi has now taken us back to history class and telling us some of the things most Nigerians are not privy to, or maybe some were actually privy to. But first of all, what do you make of this revelation by the Emir?
All right. Emir Sanusi was the CBN governor at the time. So when people like that talk, I cannot take it with a pinch of salt. Okay? But what I do know at that time was that there was a massive protest against the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, what we thought was that the massive protest led to the change of heart by the then President Goodluck Jonathan. But Emir Sanusi is telling us something new. Maybe that was also part of the reason. But the other part of what he said is very reasonable because, he said that, you see, during the period, government was just subsidizing. I mean, if dollar went up, they still had to subsidize. I mean, to be very honest, it did not make economic sense. Let's be very realistic. You understand? Let's be very, very realistic. It's like, what government was doing was, okay, you import this thing at this particular amount, even when the price goes up. Normally, if you buy something at a higher price, I mean, the cost of bringing in it should affect how much you sell it. But government was trying to make life easier for the people, kept on subsidizing. And it was even so terrible that there were people collecting money from government and they were subsidizing, they were not importing anything. If you remember, I remember that a lot of people were being prosecuted then. During that period, I was a judiciary correspondent and I covered a lot of people. A lot of people were they were collecting money, but they imported nothing. So there was a whole lot of corruption there. Now, my fear before this president actually finally removed the subsidy was, look, I thought, okay, we needed to fix our refineries. We needed to be able to produce locally so much before we remove the subsidy. But again, I kept asking, when will be the right time to remove the subsidy? The refineries were not working. Turnaround maintenance was turning nothing around. Money was being wasted on the refineries and nothing happened. Now we have an independent player, we have a private player. Yeah. So I think that, although I also blame the president for introducing subsidy around the same time that they stopped the floating of the Naira. Stop defending the Naira. Okay, maybe the administration could have just spaced it out. But it has happened. To say the truth, let's be very, very honest, subsidy is not, given what we have, given the current state of our economy, subsidy is a right decision to actually remove subsidy. Although you could blame timing, but it's been done.
We're still going to talk about timing
we'll come to
very
that
soon, because, I mean, what does former President Jonathan's hesitation to remove fuel subsidy in 2011 reveal about leadership, risk assessment, and crisis management? Because he had taken the decision, okay, let me take it back. And looking at the excuse given by the Emir.
I don't know. I'm struggling not to disagree with Paul Dada about believing what Sanusi had said. But in my head, I don't have facts. In my head, I just feel this is a case of someone who wants to enjoy the commendation of people who have the guts to remove subsidy. He probably is saying that I wish we took this decision in 2012. I wish we take this glory that this government is taking, because now it's turning out to be a glory for them. Because people are beginning to say that which of the candidates, you know, didn't promise to
remove subsidy.
You understand? Nobody could raise their hand. Later, they turn into politics that if they had been there, there's a way they will go about it. They will provide the palliatives before removal. But nobody could deny that they didn't promise to remove the subsidy. So I want to believe that Sanusi is just playing to the gallery to let us know that the Jonathan at that time was just constraining people. Now, I am not blaming Jonathan for not removing subsidy, because I do not believe in not listening to a strong voice in a protest. By the way, maybe I should remind people that the presidency, out of protest, out of resistance, has reviewed the list of the pardon list. So there's nothing wrong in listening to the voices
of the people,
of dissent, voices that disagree with decision. So it's not a definition of being strong as a leader. Do you understand? It's only when you have a superior argument, you have a superior reason over the people, that you say that you will thank me later. And I think that is what virtually all the governors are saying. That thank God Tinubu took this decision on May 29, 2023. So Mr. Sanusi should just spare us these details. When a president is taking decision, we know there are many factors. This should just be one of them. Do you understand? There are always security threats. From people even said that, hey, Tinubu cannot last 1 year for taking this decision.
Now, he talked about timing. Let's look at timing and public reaction.
Yeah, he even did it on January 1st.
Yeah, but how do you compare, you know, this decision, you know, taken by the president, and also the decision not to have taken it in 2011?
In fairness,
the timing. Do you think it would have been better if you had done it?
Maybe because I'm being
then?
personal now. I was involved in the protest. Good, I was a journalist, but the Nigerian in me was against the removal of subsidy at that time, because I wasn't convinced. Do you understand? But when we begin to get into the murkier issues and we are borrowing to pay salaries, we are borrowing to do all those things, the decision has to be taken. You understand? Even when Tinubu took it, I wasn't one of those people who felt you shouldn't have started this way. But now he has proven to me that he sees deeper than me. He's seeing the naira and kobo every day. I am only seeing that I just want a better pay. I only want a better salary. I only want to improve the quality of life for my family and probably anyone that is on the dependency ratio. So, but then that is why they are leaders. Do you understand? But I don't think the comparison is necessary. Mr. Sanusi should just spare us that there are many reasons why president take decisions. Jonathan took the best decision at that time by listening to the voices of the people, because the thing was growing, it was growing, it was growing, and he could have lost everything.
Absolutely. I mean, but did Boko Haram insurgency actually directly threaten national stability in response to subsidy removal? Because I don't understand what...
Wait. No. I understand what Kaude is saying. But I will not ask Emir Sanusi to shut up. I will not say. No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying you. No. Okay, I understand that. No. I won't say that what he said was not necessary.
Okay.
See, there are many things people in government know that we don't know.
Exactly.
The same, if I remember very well, Goodluck Jonathan said there was Boko Haram in his government. A governor, a former governor of Niger State also said something like that. So there are so many things there are so many decisions you take or do not take.
All right, just hold that thought. We have Ade calling in from Abeokuta. Ade, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Let's talk.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me first appreciate what you are doing in the studio there. I give you guys kudos. You see, on the topic on the table, I think the gentleman on your left has just hit the nail. Emir Sanusi is just playing to the gallery. We all know what happened during that Occupy Nigerian protest. That was exactly what stopped Jonathan from going ahead to remove subsidy. The boldness, the courage wasn't there for Jonathan. And for Tinubu to come and remove it, it is courage that gave him that. And there is a particular question we have not been asking ourselves all these days. Out of the presidents that has attempted to remove a subsidy, and they couldn't, we are not asking questions, why can't they remove it? And the answer is very simple. It is because they don't have the boldness. Nigerians are saying don't remove it, and they said no. But Tinubu came and did it the first day during his inauguration, because he knows that if subsidy leaves till the following day after his inauguration, Nigerians will not allow him to remove it. That is just the simple truth. He was so proactive because he knows that they will not allow it, and that is the reason why subsidy has not been removed, because the people that are benefiting will never allow him to remove it.
All right, then.
So he did not enter the office before he does that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So in 2011, the timing was right, but the boldness was not there.
No. Let's get it.
You
can say the boldness was not there.
You
can say the boldness was not there, but people should be very careful, of calling their suspicion truths. This caller was not there, and you were not in government, so you can only speculate. When Kayode was talking, Kayode was not talking as if it was sure.
Okay.
Are you getting me now? You and I were not in government.
Yes.
Now, the truth of the matter, we know that there was Occupy Nigeria protest. Maybe there were some other reasons that led to Jonathan suspending reversing the decision. Fine. But the truth of the matter is that subsidy needed to go at some point. Subsidy needed to go at some point in this country. I'm also aware that it was a very sensitive issue. A lot of Nigerians didn't want to hear it. That was even why, I guess that's why even President Buhari said, okay, push it to the next administration. You understand? And of course, there was no budget for it anymore after June of that year, if you remember. So you had budget for subsidy up to June of 2023. So naturally, it even had to go. All right, but Buhari couldn't do it.
But I believe the former president, authored a book. Former President Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
Did he author a book?
About subsidy?
No. Maybe like a book about transition hours.
Most of the books were written by people. So
I'm saying that maybe this information was there. I'm sure.
I've not checked.
See, what I'm trying to say, just for context, I am not against the credibility of what Sanusi may have said, but I put it in context. It could be one of the reasons.
That's what we're saying.
One of the reasons.
Oh, okay.
But to come and say the president pulled out because he loves the protesters, that's what he's trying to tell us.
Maybe the
Boko Haram. No, because of for security reasons. But if you listen to Sanusi, but please hold on. If you listen to Sanusi very well, he did not, or is not supporting the retention of subsidy.
Of course.
He was complaining.
No, I would say contrary.
Yeah.
I would say contrary.
Good.
All right, gentlemen. For the former CBN governor to have given us this sensitive information, what we might want to ask, was he part of the cabinet to have been privy to this kind of information?
The issue of fuel subsidy was an economic decision.
Okay.
He was the manager of Nigerian economy, so he had access to information that a lot of people did not have, during that period. But if you listen to him very well, that is speech. He also, while he understood, while he was saying, well, President Jonathan had no choice because of Boko Haram threat, to remove he had no choice other than to remove the subsidy, reverse the removal of the fuel subsidy. He was also talking about the fact that it was an economic burden. It was an economic burden, which I agree with that. It was payment of fuel subsidy was an economic burden. And now that this president has removed it, although at the time I was not so comfortable with the way he said, subsidy gone. I mean, I think that even sent shockwaves into the market. That was even before I mean, it was not even up to June or July yet. And he said that I didn't like the way he said it, and I still don't like it. He shouldn't have said that.
He said it on the first day now.
He said it on,
on May 29th.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying now.
Okay.
Before, no, there was a budget covering it till, was it June or June or
yeah.
But the president
but that's by the way. But the truth
mistake.
of the matter is that everybody has seen the benefits of subsidy removal. Minimum wage has been increased, more allocations to the states. What we should be asking for now is this.
More results.
Let's deliver results. Let's have results. The reason people are still complaining, the reason Nigerians are complaining is because they are not feeling the impacts, I mean, directly. Although the government keeps promising us that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not going to happen so easily. But
and the governors are getting more.
That is the problem. You see, I always say something. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go that I speak on these things, I keep saying it, and I'll not be tired of saying it. Everybody keeps looking at the center.
They're not looking at the
If your toilet is not working, Tinubu, if the road, that's your street, is not tarred, hey, Tinubu, if your gutter is blocked, it's Tinubu. Whereas you have local governments, you have states. Let us call our governors. Let us make, they must be held responsible. Our local government, what do you call our local government? See, local government chairman is an equivalent of mayors in other places.
Yes,
you see, Mayor of London, I'll be very active. Go to other places, see mayors. They take decisions that directly affect. People know that these people are there. But there are people who don't know the names of their local government chairmen.
I'm one of them. I don't know the name of my council.
So there are many people like that.
I don't.
People like how they may know because maybe he's a grassroots politician. I used to live somewhere. The chairman of that local council was living very close to me. But I learned that he also had a house in Aja or somewhere. Somewhere. I'd gone to his office one day, challenged him. You know. But the truth of the matter, the man is late now. You have people like that. He was not delivering. There was nothing that was happening in our area then, the place I lived. So, and yet, people will still go and vote when it is time for local government election. They are just voting parties. They're just people that love parties, you know. For example, in Lagos now, it's APC. It does not matter whether the candidate is good, whether he knows what he's doing, whether he's a stark illiterate. So far, it's a APC vote. And in that place, it's PDP. You vote. So, subsidy. We have savings from subsidy. We have increased allocations. We see things that are happening. Somebody was asking me on another TV station that, hey, can't the president just stop? I said, oh, this federal now. The president cannot stop allocations. Cannot just decide. Say, okay, state A, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing, so I withdraw allocation from you. Possible. It's not possible. How is that possible? It's very illiterate to think that the president can do that. But the people should say, governor of state A, between this time and this time, and we can get this information. The information is not something you can get. Between this time and this time, this state has got this particular. I mean, with budgets. Exactly. Online, this particular amount of money. What have you done with it? Where are the roads? Where is the infrastructure? Okay. And all of that. So that's it. Absolutely. All right, in rounding off this conversation.
Okay, so for me, just to pick some of the things he said, is to. I think the right comment should have been that what is the federal, what is the presidency doing about enforcing the, what's the right word now? The Supreme Court validation of the autonomy of local governments. Yeah. You understand? That's a very good one. This money should go straightly to those people. So that when we are looking at what the website is telling us, they can say, this is the money we received. Not that some governors have cornered the money, because we need to bring out the elephant in the room. So many governors have not conformed to that ruling of the Supreme Court. So we need the presidency to weigh in through the office of the AGF. We need these governors to be more transparent. We cannot generalize. Some governors are showing workings. Yeah, sure. You understand? Sure. We are seeing, in fact, except I'm wrong, I'm seeing some effects of this autonomy in local government. I'm seeing roads now. Most roads are usually fixed by governors. I'm seeing local government taking up roads now. Even in Lagos, Go and verify what I'm telling you. So, which means that there is a
maybe your area. There are some areas that are that
I could
have
even
not been touched.
I could mention Shomolu local government.
Okay, Shomolu.
I could mention some other local government. And if I'm wrong, I wish we could get callers. Some things are already taking place. It's for us to sustain this and make sure that things improve. Trust me, Nigerians are not asking for too much. Let's just see the
Nigerians
dividends.
don't even ask for too much.
Let's just
They
see
don't
the
ask for
dividends
two.
of democracy.
Aya.
Let the federal government, through the office of the AGF, enforce this Supreme Court ruling. Everything is not politics. If the governors are not using this money for what it should use for, people should cry out.
All right.
Maybe through journalist hangout and through our website.
All right, gentlemen, it's been beautiful conversation. Paul Dada, thank you so much for doing this with us. Appreciate you. Kaide Ladede, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with us. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. Yes, you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangouts on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Binga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.